Hello, this is Clive Hook from Clearworth. In this 5-minute Think Spot, we're going to continue exploring networks and networking. Our Think Spots are designed to give you something to think about, and we're going to build on the process of mapping your professional network, your work wide web, and think about what you need to nurture and develop it. Remember, we talk about networking as friendship with a purpose, working relationships which may prove to be useful one day. It's an organic process, and like any organic process, things change and need attention. Now, look at closeness. Who do you need a better relationship with because you recognize there's value or potential there? What roles are absent or in very short supply? I often find people haven't given enough attention to promoters and sponsors, but your situation is unique to you. Perhaps the more difficult area is recognizing the time wasters. They don't really do anything for you, and yet you use time and energy engaging with them. So the 4 factors are the 4 C's: contacts, connection, closeness, and contribution. You're either going to increase or decrease these. Contacts are the people themselves, and they're either on the map right now or not. The next 3 C's are your plus or minus actions. Connections are how much you're in contact. Closeness is the relative distance that you want to increase or decrease. Contribution is what you want from them, the basis of the role. Advice, expertise, support, information, feedback. What is it? And, a big and, what you can offer. Remember, networking is a trading arrangement. What could you offer them? I find one piece of paper divided into 4 columns is a useful starting point for the action plan, with each of these C's in a column. This is a business relationship, and your network building strategy should be businesslike. You may or may not like them. You may or may not want to be friends with them. What you're after is a way to work together which has benefits or potential benefits for both sides. You can still have pointless lunches and idle conversations with people who aren't on your network, but don't convince yourself that you're networking unless you actually think they're a connector. What about those time wasters? Usually they're taking up your time or energy, and the one-way street is flowing in their direction. I can think of a couple myself. I used to work with them, and I keep thinking we can find a way to work together, based on their calls and emails about a new thing they're working on. But the outflow of ideas, information, materials and advice is not matched with anything coming my way. I've had to tell them I'm really busy with other things right now, but if anything comes of their idea, I'd be happy to help. Or I do the next thing you're going to hear about. In case you haven't realized already, this is a continuous process, not a one-off. But it's probably a once a month or so piece of thinking. However, there's something you can do to reinforce and strengthen your network with relatively little work on your part. And that's to find ways to introduce people to each other. Find ways to make connections between people you know where you think there could be something useful for both of them. They'll have one thing in common: you. I've done this 2 or 3 times and seen the lasting benefits to them and to me, including finding a new focus for someone I didn't think I could help. Did I say time waster? I only do this if I genuinely think someone is more directly relevant. Industry, expertise, something like that. I'm not just dumping my problem on someone else. Well, as ever, plenty to be thinking about. In this 5 minutes, I can only start your thinking and questioning, of course. In today's complex organizations, this is the future of how work gets done, decisions get made, and resources get allocated, so it's worth your investment of time and energy. Thank you for your time and energy. I hope this has been useful and thought-provoking. This is Clive Hook from Clearworth. Probably not on your network, but still a source of advice and expertise. Bye for now, and I hope I can work with you again in the future.